Yeah, that video cut off too. You know, it's just continual level of attacks today. You know, they're trying everything they can to, you know, get me out of my character, but it ain't gonna work. You know, and if we're gonna, you know, if we're gonna present this matter in a worldly fashion along the lines of the carnal mind state, hey, I could defend myself with hey, I'm very good at this. I used to teach. But then, you know, back then I couldn't figure out what was going on because, you know, at the time, there was no one else as qualified. You know, in the martial arts in the area that I'm in, you know, to teach and who had the time to do it or whatnot, you know. But that's how you know. It's, you know what I mean? They took that, my desire to utilize that and help people, and what they didn't like was how I was giving praises to the Most High God throughout it. They didn't like that. Or telling the true origins of how it came from the fallen ones. They didn't like that either. So then they got highly disrespectful and gonna take, not only, you know what I mean, excommunicado my ability to teach moving forward up there, they give it to a guy with a T-Rex arm. You know, the proverbial overweight sensei can't even, you know what I mean, can't even close the gi top all the way, you know, and he was given his Shodan first degree black belt. He didn't have to test for it, you know, he didn't have to do any of that. I had to go through a grueling 5-hour promotion with a inguinal hernia, which I could have died in the process. So yeah, I earned mine and had surgery 3 days after the fact. God had his hand on me. Through any and everything in this life, he'll have his hand on you. Gotta turn away from those sins. You got to stop that mess. These monitoring agents out here, you know, the highlight of their day is to follow you around. And then when they be at stoplights, you know, they're controlling everything because, you know, you'll never make it up to their car door. That light always conveniently changes. Or they'll act like they're doing a normal action, but it's always one that covers up their face. You know, because even on wax, and I mean, you know, video, you can see those spirits and they know it. That's why they be trying to hide. You know? Evil doesn't take a day off and we can't either. Watch who you helping out here. You know, and I know it's hard because we just got that spirit in us to help. To assist those that give the appearance of being down and out. You know, we are the proverbial rooter of the underdog. You know, we be cheering them on. But like I said, but now this thing that they're doing is they're setting up situationships with decoys. Individuals who's pretendinators. They ain't bit more got nothing going on than that that Nigerian girl that I was telling y'all about. Yeah. Her so-called father was some diplomat at the embassy who was doing all these vile things to her. She was in fear of her life, right? And got the governments of the world after her. But you come to me, you find me, of all the people in the world, to help you out with a matter of that magnitude. Yeah. Followers of Christ, those of us on our journey, hey, y'all know. Man. When you know, you know. That's all I got right now. That just rethinking about that and the movement going on out here today. Yeah. I'll holler at y'all a little later. God bless you all. Shalom.